This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the President and CEO of Revival Gold, Mr. Hugh Agro. Hugh, how are you today?
Very good, Gerardo. Great to be with you.
It's great to see you. For those not familiar with the Revival Gold story, can you tell us a bit about the company?
Revival is a growth company in gold. We've established ourselves in Idaho where we have the BEARTRACK ARNETT Gold Project. We put out a maiden resource of 2 million ounces in May last year, and we've been busy drilling, doing metallurgical test work, and working towards an updated resource on the project.
So you have an existing resource of 2 million ounces of gold already?
Correct, we do, and we've got a brownfield site with existing infrastructure, including an ADR plant, leach ponds, and roads, power to site, all of those things which will be important to a potential restart of the site.
Now you mentioned it's a brownfields project. This is actually a past producing mine.
It is. It was the largest producing mine in the state of Idaho when it was operating in the 1990s. It was shut in 2000 when the price of gold went below $300 an ounce, and we think there's a lot more gold to be found and produced from this site.
So you have 2 million ounces across all categories. I follow the company. I know you're well on your way to at the very least 3 million ounces. What attracted you to BEARTRACK, the flagship? Because your background, if you could expand on it a little bit, is one that is of serial success. And for you to come back to the business, take on a new project with a junior company, frankly, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's we've got a super team. I mean, it really starts with the team in all of these situations, and we've been through the cycles before, and we've seen situations where prices have collapsed and assets have been available for good value. We came into this project in late 2016, 2017, got the company established, and I believe that's a great point in the cycle to be getting something going. We still see opportunity out there. There's good value in the sector, including in our stock, but in terms of the future and the prospects for investors, it's absolutely clear that there are not enough seats to sit on for the major gold producers, the intermediate gold producers that are looking for growth in gold in good geography. You spoke about our focus on the project. Brownfields aspects make it attractive. The other thing is the good geography, the large resource, and the permissibility of a much bigger find.
Jurisdictional risk is ever more in focus for investors and speculators in our space. Idaho is absolutely one of my favorite mining jurisdictions for good reason. Can you speak to the support that you've received, not just from the community, but also a bipartisan support from the local politicians?
Sure. You're not alone in your enthusiasm for Idaho as a place to be. The Fraser Institute has ranked Idaho ahead of Ontario, ahead of BC, ahead of Mexico, Finland, in terms of its attractiveness for investment in mining. We have a great local base of support. We've brought state and federal legislative officials out to the project. We work very closely with the U.S. Forest Service on our permitting and on our project dynamics. It's gone very well, and we're in a state that is got an absence of job-creating opportunities in these rural areas. So we're a really good fit with some of the new federal administration's initiatives to bring jobs back to the United States. We have rule of law, and we have great geology.
Talk to me a bit about the exploration upside. Obviously, 2 million ounces is a great start, especially considering how young the company is. Tell me about the plans for the future.
So we've been progressively building out the scope and the scale of this project since putting out our maiden 2 million ounce resource. The drilling this year, 2019, has been focused on continuing to build the mill resource potential at BEARTRACK, but we've also been drilling in the ARNETT area where we have oxides close to surface. We released the first 7 drill holes from that program at the beginning of last week. We've got some super results out of that, 0.9 grams per ton over 66 meters. A gram per ton over 60 meters is the sort of range of intercepts that we're getting, all close to surface, all within 125 meters, drilled meters of surface, and in an area that's very complementary with the existing infrastructure we've already spoken about. So drill results this year are going very well. As I said, the first 7 out. We've got another 15 holes to come out of the oxide area at ARNETT, and then we'll move into metallurgy and an updated resource estimate in the first quarter 2020.
Even coming out of this bear market, you're pretty undervalued. if you do a peer-to-peer comparison. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, it's a tough thing about our sector, but you work very hard, and then all of a sudden the light turns on and investors wake up to the opportunity and the possibilities. We're in it for the long term. I'm a big shareholder myself, and we're building value for our investors. And where we are sitting mark to market right now, I think you can see at least 2 to 3, 4 times value appreciation relative to where the 4 investment groups that are following our stock have our price targets set. So I think there's lots of upside in the story relative to where we are trading today.
I saw one of those price targets. I believe it was 250 Canadian. Recently, I think you trade at about 67 to 68 cents Canadian right now.
That's right.
What does the share structure look like?
52.5 million shares outstanding. About a third of it is institutionally held, a third of it high net worth held. Management at 14%. Really, there's not a whole heck of a lot of float. Tight structure.
Excellent. Revivalgold.com, is that the website?
Thank you, yes. It's revivalgold.com, and we invite people to follow us on social media.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you so
All
much.
Right,
All right.